Yo! Good Josh Roger, man. Today, as you can see, obviously it's nighttime, which means somebody is asleeping. So, obviously can't be as loud. This is probably about the most volume I give you, which is why I'm about to probably actually be about right there. Think that'll do. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna just hold the mic. All right. So anyway, we are here to talk about the one and only thing from WWE Smackdown for my fans out there who watching wrestling. Whew. Only segment I want to talk about. Let's be honest. I'll say this as the cold open. There was not really much that happened on this show past the obvious. There was not really much that happened on the show at all. Like, not much that mattered, not much that progressed. Like, man. So for everybody that was complaining, because I was thinking about this before I recorded, like earlier in the day, with SmackDown, or a little bit before SmackDown was on, I was like, for everybody complaining that like Naomi and Liv Morgan got cut short or whatever, their match or whatever, and this match got cut short or that match got cut short because of The Rock making his appearance, which he did. He announced it yesterday that he was going to be there. Yeah, for everybody making that complaint, I think they feel like idiots now. Why I say that is because you look at the rest of this match. You take out what The Rock did, stirring up conversation. What was the takeaway from this show that really would have warranted like those people getting more time and whatnot? Like, there was nothing on the show, so I just wish those people would go ahead and apologize right now. But anyway, let's get into the meat of the matter. Like I said, only thing that notable having passed what we're about to talk about is like Street Profits, like their new mean streak, them attacking all the tag division and beating them up like that. But other than that, probably it as far as stuff that I actually cared for. Anyway, here we go. We were going in to the third hour of the show. We were going into 9 o'clock my time, 10 o'clock I think Eastern time. We were going to that hour, and about at 8:40 my time, 8:41, going into that third hour, you hear, if you smell what The Rock is cooking. Know what I mean? You heard the music. And so the music played for about 3 seconds. Like, so it was the If You Smell What The Rock Is Cooking. So the music played the first about 7 seconds. And it transitioned apparently into a Lil Wayne song that I haven't heard of before. But it apparently was a old school song from Wayne that I hadn't heard before. And that's what it switched into. And then it switched back to his normal music. So that was his little tribute there to Lil Wayne, who, if you didn't know, didn't get to perform at the Super Bowl this year, was Kendrick. And the Super Bowl was in New Orleans. Lil Wayne is from New Orleans. They were in New Orleans tonight, so a little tribute because he couldn't get to do the Super Bowl, so a little tribute there. So yes, The Rock comes down there to the ring, high-fiving some of the fans, so the final boss is in a good mood to start us off. But then he gets to the ring and he announces that he does the final. He actually does the finally The Rock. And then he lets the crowd do the has come back to New Orleans. He let them finish the sentence. And also he said that WrestleMania has come back to New Orleans because in the Superdome next year, WrestleMania 42, 2026, WrestleMania will indeed be back in New Orleans. I think WrestleMania was in New Orleans for Daniel Bryan's WrestleMania 30 win in the main event. I think that was in New Orleans. I think. Ooh, I could be so wrong on that. I think that was in New Orleans too. Yeah, because another reason why I remember that is because that was the one where Hogan botched and said Silver Dome instead of Superdome. But yeah, Rock said Superdome. Now, he didn't get it messed up. But anyway, he said that they were coming back to New Orleans. That was the announcement. And then he started singing a New Orleans song. And he went, you shut your mouth. What did he say? Your syphilis lips or something like that to some of the audience. So the final boss was coming out there with the heel line, trying to tell the crowd to shut up and say that only he gets to sing. And this is not singing along with The Rock. And that then it was like, this is the biggest gathering of The Rock. I think it was like singing along with he was like, your voices are beautiful. You guys are good. The Rock was singing along with like the largest gathering of the STD trailer park trash. So again, it was a little final boss there. It was weird. Like, we were getting hints of final boss, but then he would kind of switch back between good guy, bad guy, face heel. it was an experience to say the least to just see him go back and forth like that. But then let's get to the meat of the matter. He calls out Cody Rhodes. He said, you know what, I've talked highly about Cody, how he's been a great champion, because that's what he said on the Raw debut on Netflix. He's a great champion, been carrying the company, doing his thing. And so he calls Cody Rhodes to come out. Cody does his entrance and does his two woes, and then we get to business. And business was apparently The Rock saying that, as I've said before, you've been a great champion. We both know how, important this is. Wrestling runs in our blood. Rock's granddad, and his father were in the business. Soul Man Rocky Johnson, Cody's dad, American Dream Dusty Rhodes. So The Rock and Cody both know what it's like, to not only be at the top, but they know how important this is and how vital this business is to their bloodline and their family. And he was saying, that being said, like, I don't want you to just be the WWE champion. Like, I can make you a bigger deal. Like, you got 1 million followers or so. You got a couple million followers. I have almost 500 million followers on Instagram. And I want to be able to take you to higher heights. He actually said, I want to take you, Cody, to higher heights than me. Like, I want you to be a bigger superstar, like far beyond past WWE. I want you to be like a major superstar, like take you to those heights. And Ari Emanuel, who's head of TKO, owns WWE, and Rock is one of the head of the TKO board, and said that that Ari said that you own the WWE, and Rock was like, nah, Ari, I don't own the WWE, but Cody owns the WWE because he's the WWE champion. And so, yeah, Rock is saying, I can set everything straight. Like, I could get, you, I'm here, but I'm telling you that I can get you here. Like, basically saying he going to take him far and beyond even where The Rock is at. So he said, I'm going to set your family straight, your wife, your beautiful child, and I'm going to set your children's children, your kids, if you know that's from. I can set all of them straight for like generations, and basically saying all you got to do is just be my champion. And obviously, as we were watching, you're thinking, like, what does that mean, be my champion? Like, be The Rock's champion. Like, be The Rock. What does that mean to be The Rock's champion? And he said, I want that. And what Cody. And Cody's looking at it like, okay, thinking, okay, he's obviously got to be talking about the championship. So he's saying, you're offering me all this just to get the championship? He's like, no, I don't want that. The WWE championship. I want your soul. So for those who don't know, love The Rock. I feel like he's the greatest of all time when it comes to pro wrestling. He's a generational talent, superstar when it comes to just being an entertainer as a whole, not even just relegated to just wrestling and movies, but just as a whole, just a generational entertainer and a human being. So think he's the GOAT of professional wrestling. For those who don't know, big Rock fan here. And so he says to Cody, he wants him to sell his soul. And I had to mention I was a fan because I was like, that being said, I was thinking, dang, that got dark. Your soul, like, bro. Now, what I'm speculating and seeing, gotta gauge a couple of people saying on the internet how it was weird and they were confused, which is funny because for those who don't know, in Rock's, when he did the little post press conference after the show was over, he was actually talking about the story, which is weird because he was talking about the story like he was basically talking as Dwayne Johnson discussing his character The Rock. So he almost treated Smackdown tonight as if it was like one of his movies and he's talking about his film role, because he was like, yeah, it's crazy what this character, the final boss, is like saying he wants Cody's soul. Like, what does all that mean and stuff like that? It's just a crazy ride. And me and Cody had some tequilas after SmackDown tonight. So he was talking as if this is just one of his movies. Like, no kayfabe, no nothing. Like, he just is Dwayne Johnson talking about this character, The Rock, the final boss that we just saw on television, and what all we just saw and what does all of it mean. So he's not even trying to keep kayfabe. He's just talking as if it's one of the movies he's just filmed or something like that. But anyway, but as far as keeping it back to the storyline, be my champ. So basically how I took it is, and Cody was left there, no answer. Rock walks out and he has like a smile on his face. Like, he looks back at Cody and smirks, and he's like, yeah, like, he's going to make the right decision. So he asked, The Rock says that he wants Cody's soul, and Cody is, like I said, but Rock said that before he walked out, I should mention, before he walked out. So in the segment ended with both of them just Rock didn't say anything. Cody's left there confused, like he doesn't know what to do, like he doesn't know what he's gonna say. Sorry for my glasses being crooked, like I gotta get these realigned. But anyway, Cody's like they're just like confused, like he doesn't know what to say. He wants his soul. Like what is his answer? Does he want to sell his basically sell his soul to The Rock? Like he doesn't know what to say. And The Rock says, you don't have to make your decision right now. You can make your decision at the Elimination Chamber March 1st, which is next Saturday. That's The Rock is going to be at the Elimination Chamber in Toronto, Canada. That's where you make your decision. So that's going to be a segment on the show. Other than the matches we're getting, that's going to be a part of the show too. Is will Cody say yes or no to The Rock's deal of being his champion, basically selling his soul? Are you going to be The Rock's champion? Because Cody was like, "Nah, I'm their champion." And Rock said, "Of course you're their champion. I'm their champion as well. I'm the people's champion, but I want you to be more than that. I want you to be The Rock's champion, right? Be my champion." So that was how that segment went, but both of them in silence, Cody in confusion, Rock walking out, like I said, smile on his face and walking back up the ramp. That was the biggest and most notable part of the show. I think the segment went like from Rock's entrance to when the segment was over, I think it went like 40 minutes because I think the entrance started at like 8:40 something. It was like early in the 8:40 and ended at almost like 9:20. So it went about like probably 35 minutes, the whole segment from like Rock's entrance to the end of the segment. Probably went like 35 minutes. But hey, that's what happens when you, as the kids say, cinema. That's what happens when you're in the Rock segment. He's one of the few guys that can talk that good and is that over to be there that long. And that leaves you with a story, something to talk about. So people were saying it was weird, it was confusing, they didn't all get it. And everybody was giving their thoughts on what they thought this meant. Like, what does The Rock mean when he says that he wants Cody sold, and what does it mean to be The Rock's champion? I took it as this. I'm taking it as a corporate thing. Like, if you guys remember when Seth Rollins sold his soul basically, or sold out when he teamed up with Triple H, the Authority at the time, by turning on his Shield brothers and aligning himself with Triple H at the time. That was, corporate and stuff like that, so that he could be the WWE champion. And Austin, funny enough, against The Rock, I guess there's the irony there, funny enough, against The Rock at WrestleMania 17, when Stone Cold beat Rock for the WWF championship at the time, he shook hands with Vince McMahon, right? Sold his soul to the devil, as they coined it. And I think we're getting something similar here. Like, The Rock is going to play like that Mr. McMahon power hunt. Because The Rock said, you know what? I don't own the WWE, but I am the most powerful. So even Rock, I forgot to mention, Rock did say he was the most powerful in his promo too. So I think Rock is kind of going without, the allegations, just keeping it on TV, right? With no allegations in real life, none of that attached to The Rock. Just, this is all character. This is truly all character. Not like how Vince says it's character, but it's not. Or it's all character, but it's not. But The Rock legitimately playing that power hungry boss, like head of the TKO. He really is playing up to that head of the TKO board thing here. And I think they're going with the angle of like, Cody is gonna end up being like The Rock's champion. Like, corporate, is he gonna be The Rock's champion? Is he gonna be a corporate champion, right? Because he already wears the suits like how a corporate businessman or politician would. So Cody's already fitting the description. At this point, all he has to do is dye his hair jet black to really complete and or fulfill the prophecy. But anyway, he says he wants Cody's soul, and I'm taking it as like a corporate thing where he, like, Rock is the head of the TKO board who owns WWE, and he wants Cody to be his champion. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be like my champion, and you're gonna have all this success, the followers, the setting your family straight. You're gonna have basically I can give you the world, and when he said to sell his soul, man, we immediately had to pull out that Bible verse of what is a man what is it? It was like, what good is a man if he gains the world but like loses his soul, or something like that. So we were all whipping out our Bible verses when we heard The Rock say that he wanted Cody's soul. But anyway, sorry if I'm kind of loud on this. I can't really get a gauge of the sound, but yeah. So I'm taking it as, like I said, Rock. I guess we're getting a little teasing of a heel turn here. Corporate Cody. I guess that's what we can call it if Cody does accept the deal and become The Rock's champion. So yeah, he's basically offering him. I kind of look at it, he's offering him all the fame and the money and all this type of stuff to set his family straight, himself and his family straight. If you just give Rock his soul type of thing. So they're kind of playing it off maybe like how people will say figuratively how certain celebrities will sell their soul to like Hollywood and stuff like that. You sold your soul and all that. I think they're kind of playing that type of deal there into this storyline where Cody is selling his soul to The Rock and selling it to the corporate so that, he could be their champion, and not for the people type of thing. So yeah, and this deal stemmed from the fact that The Rock said, over the time since WrestleMania 40, we've become great friends, and even our moms are friends. And they put a picture up there on the Titantron of their moms taking a picture together. Mama Rhodes and Mama Rock taking a picture together. So, and Rock was talking about the fact that how him and Cody, drink tequila together, Terramana, all that type of stuff. So they become good friends, and then that's what led to the offer. Just to add some added context there of why he would even want to offer him anything. So some people in Rock said in the press conference that this may not even lead to a match. That this is a story that it doesn't even have to end up in a match. So that could be The Rock confirming that he's not going to wrestle this year, but. Anyway, it could go a lot of places. As far as the Chamber's concerned, I still got either John Cena or CM Punk winning it. It could end up being Cena since he'll be the ultimate babyface, and maybe they play that whole corporate Cody. Well, that's what I call it. Him becoming corporate Cody by selling his soul to The Rock, because The Rock is offering him all these great things and offering him this power that he could have. Does that be a situation where, since John Cena is obviously the ultimate babyface this year, this being his retirement tour, my childhood go John Cena, does he maybe end up facing Cody at Mania for the WWE Championship, and we maybe see something like Rock aligning himself with, maybe Cody says no at the Chamber, but then he realizes that to keep that WWE Championship, Rock might end up helping him at WrestleMania, something like that, right? A little reverse, right? Because in 40 he was going against him, trying to make sure he didn't win the title, but now he's making sure he keeps the title. So it's a little that kind of full circle type of thing there. You could tell that type of story. Now, does it work with a CM Punk in there? Could be, because there's obviously a history with Punk and Rock, and how Punk feels like a lot of times Rock stole his main event and all this other type of stuff. So I guess you could say it could work with Punk being on the other side too, considering Cody and Punk teased a little something before the Rumble this year that they could have a feud. So it could really, but to me, the Elimination Chamber ultimately comes down to either CM Punk or John Cena winning, and this whole Rock potentially getting Cody's soul, Cody selling his soul to The Rock, and not being the people's champion, or like the champion for the people, but being The Rock's champion. You know what I mean? So interesting story. It was a little weird and confusing, but I'm taking it as that, from what I heard as I watched the segment, that's what I got from it. But love and appreciate you guys. You guys will hopefully have a little fun with me here and help piece together this story as well in the comments. What do you think this means, and what do you think is going to happen? And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, man. Like, comment, and subscribe before you go, and share me all about, man. We trying to promote ourselves. We trying to get ourselves up there in the content creating space. So hopefully you guys could just help do that. Sharing, liking, subscribing, comment, all that good stuff for a good, engaging conversation. But at the end of the day, what can I say? It is what it is, and what it's going to be is this project continuing to come out with the content, the videos, the bangers over and over again for you guys. And we're going to keep pushing, grinding, and rolling along. But I shall see you guys in the next video, man. That is the vibe that DJ's on, which means that we are always pushing, always vibing, and always having a good time and going up the ranks doing it. But see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.